everyone, I'm Kelly and this is Kelly Hill Yoga, 30 Days of Yoga, Day 11. Today we're going to show some love to our low back, a place that often gets neglected due to weakness in our front side and core, causing our pelvis to have a little bit of an anterior tilt or tilting forward, causing some undue pressure and tension in that low back. So today we're going to spend some time moving our hips and a few spinal twists in order to relieve some of that tension and relieve energy or negative energy that we might be holding in our low back. So let's get started. Come to a seated position on your mat, knees bent, soles of your feet on the mat. You can have your feet close together, wide apart, it doesn't matter. Let's just lean forward, wrapping our arms around the backs of our thighs, resting our forehead on our knees. Just hugging the thighs into our chest, really relaxing everything. Feeling a beautiful stretch all along the back side of the body. And let's start by just breathing into our low back, sending some love and compassion to that area. To release with each breath. Nice. Let's roll up through the spine, release the arms from the thighs, coming up to a nice tall seated position, crown of the head really lifted up, chest pulled forward, shoulders down and away. Just spending some time and energy here, keeping our belly button pulled into the spine to provide proper alignment in our pelvis. Let's lean back, hands resting on the back of the thighs, just leaning back. And then we're going to lift one leg and then the other. So left both legs up, boat pose, but modified. We're holding onto the backs of the thighs, chest pulled forward. Just really focused on pulling that belly button into your spine to keep that pelvis in its proper anatomical position. Great job. 3, 2, 1. Gently bring the toes back to the earth. Come back to a seated position. Take your right ankle and place it over your left thigh for this seated pigeon. So you can have your hands, one pulling on your ankle or shin, just wherever you find a comfortable position, so we can hold it for a few moments as I'm sitting here trying to find a comfortable position for my hands myself. I'm choosing back to the thighs, staying proud, not crunching or rolling down through the spine like this, just really keeping everything lifted. Not going to be here long. Great. Let's take the hands behind us, like so. And then we're going to shift that right foot over to the left, kind of opening up the hips a little bit, just for a breath, releasing that right hip. Nice. Come back to the other side. Beautiful. Let's bring everything, soles of the feet, back to the earth and take it to the other side. So left ankle over right thigh. Once again, I'm choosing to grab the back of the right thigh, keeping my chest pulled forward, height up through the crown of the head. If this is too much and too intense, you're more than welcome to have your hands resting behind you. Just wherever you can find comfort in this posture. The whole purpose of this 30 days is to create your at-home practice. I'm just here to guide you and show you the way, making suggestions. Awesome. Let's bring the hands behind us. If you already have them there, leave them there as we transition that right foot over, or left foot over to the right. Just a little bit of hip movement, releasing any tension, taking it over to the other side. Beautiful. Let's grab the back of the thighs again and rock back. And we're going to roll through our low back, just massaging it a couple of times as we do some rolls, holding onto the backs of the thighs. For instance, my back just cracked and it felt really great. So let's hope that you can find the same too, as my voice is jerking and jolting. And then let's find our way into a forward fold, rocking up to do so, or gathering yourself comfortably and gently into a forward fold. Let's grab the elbows. We're going to take a really generous bend in the knees so our thighs, belly are resting, almost resting on each other, ensuring that we're really feeling this nice stretch in our low back, letting gravity do the work, not forcing. Nice. Brings your hands to the mat. So you just try and straighten through the legs just slightly, not forcing anything to go straight. This just teaches us to be hinging at the hips more rather than curving through the spine. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins or thighs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, arms up and overhead, palms together, slight back bend, pushing the pelvis forward, lifting the chest. Exhale, diving back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins. Exhale, fold forward. Let's plant the palms. Walk the feet, very similar to what we did yesterday. Walking the feet to the outer edge of our mat, rocking the hips down into Malasana or garland pose. Really great for the low back and hips, since the two are very interconnected. Sometimes if our hips are tight, we will feel it in our low back, or if our low back is tight, we will feel it in our hips. It's really pressing our elbows to the insides of our knees as we pull and push them away from each other. Keeping the chest pulled forward, nice and high in the crown of the head. Gently lower down onto your booty, bring the legs back in, come to your back, hug the knees into your chest, Apanasana. Gently tuck the chin. And let's just shift your knees slightly forward so you can feel your center of gravity on your low back, and let's just rock back and forth, giving yourself a nice self massage in that low back, some circles maybe. Nice. One last hug in before we place the soles of the feet on the mat, setting up for bridge pose. Tuck your shoulders underneath so they're nice and grounded. Lengthen up through your cervical spine. Drive through your feet in order to lift your hips up. Clasp the hands underneath if able. And squeezing the glutes on top, really lifting your pelvis and hips up to the sky. Finding height, driving through your feet. Holding, finding strength. Squeeze those thighs together. Imagine that you have a ball or a block in between them. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, gently lower down, unclasping the hands, one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. Right knee into your chest as your left leg extends out in front of you. And we are going to straighten that right foot. Keep you in generous bend in the knee. We pull our thigh towards us. Just a little bit of a hamstring, low back stretch on this right side. Nice. Let's switch sides. Straighten through the right. Bring the left sole, left foot up to the sky. Nice generous bend in the knee, pulling that left thigh to your chest. Great job. Let's bring both soles of the feet back in. Cross your right leg over your left. So you're almost sitting here with your legs crossed, laying on our back, left foot on the ground still. And let's shift your everything over to the left. Apologies, I have to move my mic really quick. Shift everything over to the left. Right arm reaches out, gaze over to the right. Almost in this eagle leg supine twist. So this is a little bit too intense in your right hip and low back. You're more than welcome to just have your knees stacked and twisted to the left. Really great job. Let's bring everything back to the middle. Unravel the legs. Left crosses over the right. If you want, shift your hips slightly to the left as you cross everything. And rotate over to the right side. Shoulders on the mat as much as possible. Left arm reaches out. Gaze out to that left hand or thumb. Really breathing into that low back like we did at the beginning of our day. Sinking into the posture with each exhale. Nice. Let's bring it back to the middle. Unravel the legs. Hug everything in. One last time. Grab the backs of the thighs, and we'll rock up to seated. Going to do a butterfly posture, so the soles of the feet will be together. Nice and wide out in front of you though. I'm just turning toward you so you all can see me. And we are going to find height and length in the spine and then fold forward. Really shifting so you're on your sit bones, feeling any relief and tension released, head relaxed. If you're feeling really great today, you can bring your forearms underneath your shins and almost like a counterbalance to pull gently a little bit deeper into this posture. Not stressing anything out though, just finding that edge and backing off just ever so much. Just a few rounds of breath here. Really being passive. Gaze softened. Head hanging if you'd like. Let's gently unravel. If you had that little tiny bind, walk our hands slowly back up. Knees come back in. Let's give one last little hug, our chest to our knees, chin or head resting on them. Bring your hands behind you, letting your knees windshield wiper. Rock from side to side, releasing any undue tension that you might be holding, any last little bit in your low back. Just making sure we're leaving our mat with positive energy feeding into that low back. Come back to the seated posture and we'll finish just how we started. Hugging the thighs, knees rested on and forehead. And as we close our practice, with each breath, remind ourselves why we're here, what purpose, what positive thing do we hope to get out of this. And slowly rise back up. Cross our legs, come to a nice seated posture. Hands rested at your heart. Lifted up through the crown of the head, shoulders pulled down and away. Showing gratitude to what our bodies are capable of doing. Thank you so much for spending this little bit of time with me today. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you.